On today's episode of Tiaras Tears and Triumphs, I have a conversation with fellow survivor Samantha Patterson. She is a single mum of two, small business owner, and she loves empowering women to identify their needs, to overcome their challenges, to enable them to move forward. Let's unlock the door to today's episode. Hello, Samantha, and welcome to the Tiaras Tears and Triumphs podcast. I'm so happy to have you on as a guest today. I'm really glad that we have crossed paths, and I've had an opportunity to ask you to come on to the podcast to have a chat with me. So I would like you. I know that there are a lot of women out there who are like us, who are victims and survivors of abusive relationships, and I am just really, I expressed to you just before you came on that it's actually a real gift for me having you on as a guest, because these conversations always help me as a victim and a survivor of an abusive relationship, to just in so many different ways. And that's the reason why I have this podcast, for women to have this, be able to tune in and hear these conversations with real women who have got shared experiences to what they've gone through too. So welcome, Samantha, and just if you can just start by just giving us a bit of background about who you are.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate it. And I love what you're doing. And I think that this is, it's wonderful for them to have a safe place to go to. So my name is Samantha. I am 36. I'm a single mother of two beautiful children, and I am from Dayton, Ohio. I currently reside in Florida. Been here for about, it was 9 years in August. And I am currently going through a complete career path change. I spent 12 years in healthcare, and which started in Ohio actually, and has recently come to an end at the beginning of this year, especially after COVID. And just taking this in stride day by day for sure, but it's more than embraced, definitely.
So can you tell us a bit about this this shift, this career change that you are entering into, and what that looks like?
Absolutely. So we're creatures of habit naturally, as humans as we are, and it's our relationship with change, I think, over the years that really holds us complacent, that we can be very fearful of. And will keep us stagnant and standing still longer than we need to. Being able to embrace that change in something huge and take it in stride and adapt to it is truly a mastery skill, learning that kind of surrender and knowing that it's going to be okay, because I think we fear the unknown. We don't know, what's on the other side. But we also have to believe in ourselves and our own capabilities and kind of take that step out on faith and have the courage to. So I started as a home health aide at a private duty company in Ohio, because we took care of my great grandmother. I found a passion after she passed that I wanted to pass on, and I did, to other families. And I came down here to Florida and found assisted living industry, and I started on the floor passing medications as an aide and moved up through the positions to, sales directors and executive director running buildings, and regional positions having multiple buildings. But it didn't come all so sunshine and roses, I guess you can say. because of those relationships and those ups and downs and things like that, it came with a huge expense. It really did. And there was a lot that was attached to the years that I went through those, the career in healthcare that I did have. And after COVID, towards the beginning of this year, it was just very clear to me that it was time to step out on faith far beyond what I had ever done. And I did. And it's not to say that, again, it's all been sunshine and roses, but it has not come with the traumatic effects that I have had of going through that type of, career and seeing what I've seen. And I would not change it for the world, by all means, of course, but moving more into a little bit more freedom and my dream, not theirs, and really stepping into more of my power and it being a part of the unbecoming, the unlearning, and kind of shedding off that conditioning of life is, it's kind of just that breaking open type of a situation. So it's definitely taking a lot of adapting. It's very hard to go from a 9 to 5 when everything is just so and very structured. And I am very organized and structured as it is. It's just, everything has to be just so, to making that adjustment into your own business and, kind of relearning that, because it's like, I don't have to punch somebody's clock today. Nobody's going to call and say you were 5 minutes late, or, where's the boss, or any of those things. I don't have to put in PTO. What is this? So it's very different, but it's okay. And at the end of the day, I think that's what we need to learn, that change is okay.
It is. I think, one of the things that I've allowed myself to in building my business is time. It's to understand, that although I'm super ready and things are going well for me now, but in that initial period when I started out, I had this sense that I'm ready, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able, and that everything should just automatically just fall into place. And, like it should be that simple, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
I needed to give myself the grace to understand that it takes time to establish a business, and that's been a learning for me during this period too, with having my own business, because I was like you, and I pivoted when COVID hit, and I think a lot of people pivoted when COVID hit. And up until that time, I'd been in a permanent market where I sourced and on-sold vintage antiques, just an array. I was a recycler, but I always, I see myself as a bit of a treasure hunter. So I'd find things that are of value and pick them up at thrift shops or auctions or yard sales, and then I would turn them over. And I loved doing that. I really loved doing that. But I felt a real calling when COVID hit, and I saw the rates of domestic abuse skyrocketing. I felt a real calling to do more than what I was already doing, because 2019 I've been writing a book, which is, my story, and I've got this 80,000 word manuscript sitting on the back burner. And I just, when COVID struck and I saw that all the instability and uncertainty was really having a negative impact on family violence and people's relationships and things. So I was like, we need something more now